Now here you all are reading correctly. A genuine diplomatic war has started between India and Canada. Yes, India-Canada is in a diplomatic war now. Here you have to understand how much these words mean. It is important that India has thrown out the Canadian High Commissioner and 6 diplomats and said that they should go back to Canada, and the High Commissioners and diplomats of India and Canada, we have called them back. Look, the relations have deteriorated to this level. If we do a comparison, we will have to go back to the year 2019 when India did this with any country last time, or any other country did this with India. Actually, Pakistan had started and India had replied. At that time, India had given the Article 370 was removed, and Jammu and Kashmir state was converted into Union territory. After that, we saw that Pakistan and India also did the same thing with each other. In 2024 and literally the whole world today. This is what such articles are being published, saying that whatever has happened today with India-Canada diplomatic relations, you can definitely compare it with the situation in Pakistan. And if your question here is that how did the situation become so bad, India? Why is the world's media saying today that a diplomatic war has started between Canada? Look, Canada has started all this. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau attended a 45-minute press conference in front of the media recently. He stood with the foreign minister of his country along with the government officials and openly accused India that India supports violence, supports violent crime in Canada, and the most strange thing here was that the Canadian police, which was different. These people took the name of Bishnoi gang. Yes, we are talking about Lawrence Bishnoi here. According to these people, the Indian government literally said the line here that the Indian government is in cooperation with the Bishnoi gang, targeting Khalistani people in Canada.
And claimed by one organized crime group in particular, which is the Bishnoi group. So that's what we're seeing here in Canada. And we believe that that group is connected to agents of the government of India.
Now, these statements are very big in themselves. Canadian officials are openly taking the name of India's Home Minister. Now, India is being openly accused of targeting Khalistani elements in collaboration with Bishnoi gang in Canada. Now, see after that, a journalist asked the Foreign Minister of Canada that you have done all this, now will sanctions also be imposed on India? In her response, the Foreign Minister of Canada said a very big thing. Everything is on the table, we also have that option. Canada can also impose sanctions on India, not only Canada. He said that Canada can definitely do this by talking to other G7 countries. Watch this video, I would say. This is the most important video in terms of India-Canada relations.
Is the federal government considering sanctions against India? And if it's not sanctions, what other steps are you considering taking?
So today was a really important step. When you look at what is available in our toolbox, expulsing diplomats is one of the highest the highest and the toughest measure that a country can take under the Vienna Convention. For the rest, we'll continue to push India to make sure that they cooperate. We'll continue to engage with our Five Eyes partners. We'll continue to engage with also all our G7 partners, and everything is on the table.
Next question.
Hi, Ministers. Tom Perry with CBC.
So you heard here the Foreign Minister of Canada is saying that they will talk to the G7, which is obviously, you will know that New Zealand, Australia, UK, US, Canada will also hold talks with all of them, and after that it will be decided whether to impose sanctions on India or not. Let me tell you, this is a defining moment in the relations between India and Western countries, if sanctions are imposed on India. If these sanctions are imposed, then you should also listen to this. The progress that has been made in the relations between India and the US will also suffer a huge blow, so I still do not think that the US will allow Canada to impose sanctions on India. I am talking about this, but again, I have to say this here, that Justin Trudeau is deteriorating, trying to show that Canada is a strong country, and Justin Trudeau is a strong leader. So once under the pressure of elections, it is possible that Canada can impose very small-level sanctions on Indian individuals. It is possible that individuals, such as many of our diplomats or many government officials, may be sanctioned that you cannot enter Canada. If you have some bank accounts in Canada, they will be frozen. It seems to be the maximum. that Canada will do the same. Apart from that, you can say that there is no hope of sanctions on a large level. But definitely what Canada has said here is very concerning. Now here, your question will come that Canada is saying big things, Bishnoi Group. This is being talked about again and again. Canadian police are openly saying that yes, Bishnoi Group is working with Indian agents, and they have mentioned about Bishnoi Group so many times that they have even said that this is one such group. This is a group which deals in narcotics and all that, and at the same time they are also talking about sanctions on India. Has anything been proved in the court? Has any Canadian court, after seeing all the evidence, said that Indian agents have evolved here? It means so much that Canada has moved forward. Is there any reason behind it? No, I would therefore say that this is a big disrespect to India. I had also said in the previous video that even now I would say that Canada will host the G7 summit of 2025 to India like every time. India should reject the invitation and say that Canada is a country that hides terrorists and we will not go to that country at all. We are not participating this time because of Canada. And in response to this, BRICS and India should increase its participation in SEO to a great extent. And I will tell you the reason for this. Even after all this, when Justin Trudeau was asked whether India is definitely responsible behind all this, I mean, you all say this much. You are also saying that you have given proof to the Indian government. So is India definitely responsible? Justin Trudeau had to say that India is possibly, if not probably, behind Khalistani Tiger Force chief's death. Talking about Niger. They are still not sure that India has not done all this, yet they are raising the name of India in this manner and are talking about sanctions. India should deal with Canada accordingly. Whatever happens, I don't think it will have any special economic impact on us. Do not assume that Canada is a big economic power which will hit our economy with sanctions. Nothing like this is going to happen. Then India should give a proper reply to Canada, and the biggest reply would be that India should not attend the G7 summit in 2025. So, see here, I would like to know from you guys one of India's what should be the proper diplomatic reaction here. Because again, without proving anything, without any, quote, without any judgment, big allegations are being made on India. Indian government is being openly linked with Bishnoi gang. Tell us what India should do here. We'll write about it in the comment section. I would like to know your opinion.